In 19, we received a lot of changes in terms of buffs and nerfs for the legends, even if it didn't seem like it. We received nerfs for Catalyst, Wraith, and even most notably Bangalore, who, even though she didn't really, in my opinion, deserve it, hasn't been impacted too heavily by this, because when we look at the pick rate, she's still only top legend pool. In fact, it's odd enough that Octane is still the #1 overall, even overshadowing Conduit, who's the newest legend. Just going to show that even though Octane doesn't have that great of a kit, it's all about the popularity of a character. What I also find very interesting about this list is the fact that Seer is now absolutely at the bottom, which is crazy because he was once considered the most overpowered character, which means that Respawn might have a little bit of trouble finding balance in this game at this point, because it's crazy to go from the best to the worst and not somewhere in the middle of the pack, where even after Catalyst has received her nerfs, it's still somewhat in the middle. But even with all those changes, something really big is about to happen next month. On December 5th, we will be getting the brand new perk system. Evermiss gave us a little bit of details, letting us know that it will be for the Uprising event, and interestingly enough, they will be part of the free reward tracker and will be limited to non-ranked battle royale modes. Now, the reason this is important is that it will not impact ranked whatsoever, so this isn't going to be meta-defining in a competitive landscape, but public matches, they're definitely going for a lot more havoc, very similar to what we just saw with the 3 strikes mode. Luckily, we actually did get a look at some of these abilities, and I want to go over them one by one with you guys, because they seem to actually be specifically targeted towards certain legend kit. Medic inventory, for instance, will allow you to stack extra healing supplies per inventory slot, only active in non-ranked BR. Once again, this is like a lifeline ability or support class where they can open the bin and get extra supply. There's the Medic Vision, where nearby healing items can be seen through walls. A Grenader Sling, where you can stack an extra ordnance per inventory slot. A Reduced Tactical Recharge, which reduces tactical recharge time, which is a crazy good ability overall. This is definitely a perk that you should try to get. There's the Reduced Ultimate Charge, which reduces ultimate recharge time, which is even better than the tactical in a certain way if you play someone like Gibraltar. There's Grenader Vision, where nearby ordnances can be seen through walls, and the ability charge on Squad Wipe, where you regain tactical on Squad Wipe. There's also a Speed on Knock, where knockdowns make you sprint faster for a brief period of time. Now, I want you to think about this for a second, but a lot of these are abilities that other legends can already kind of do. You have Grenader Vision, which allows you to see through walls, which is kind of what Loba can do with certain rare items. But for instance, the Grenader Sling, where you can stack an extra ordnance per inventory slot, is directly the ability of Grenader for Fuse. The only difference is Fuse can fire the grenades faster and more accurately due to his sling. So how they will implement these into the game is going to be very interesting, and if they're meant for certain classes, because we don't know that yet, or if they will be universal, or if they will stack on top of Legends' already abilities. For instance, will Fuse be able to carry 2 grenades, or will Octane be able to do the Speed on Knock one and make him sprint faster for a brief period of time on top of his regular tactical? There's a lot of questions there that we don't have answers for, but will be very interesting. The only thing we do know is that it is going to be small upgrades that every legend will have. This was given to us by a playtester known as True Serum 26, and you can choose between 2 at a time. It's like Fortnite upgrades you get throughout the match, but I'm not sure if they are random or the same 2 per tier that you can choose from. If you've never played Fortnite, the way this works is that every regular interval in every Battle Royale match, you'll be offered a choice of reality augments. That's your perk. These perks stack up as you collect them, so the longer you remain in a match, the more perks you'll have. The way that True Serum made the sound is that certain perks only work with certain legends, but I am interested to see how they decide to do that and how they make this possibly balanced, because once again, Seer went from the best legend to one of the worst legends whatsoever, so I'm kind of concerned to a certain degree. Outside of just the abilities, we do know that they are reworking more legends. For instance, some upcoming legends that Oz let us know about that I also am fully aware of are Gibraltar V1, Tinkerer, Flux, Lightline Reborn, Cave, and Artemis. Gibraltar V1 is very interesting. It's not Gibraltar Reborn, but it would be interesting if it's a rework of the Gibraltar character. We get a brand new way to play him. Of course, Lifeline is listed there. She's basically getting a rework to her passive and her tactical and a whole new ultimate, which is going to be much needed because the care package is probably the most useless ultimate in the game, as it gives away your location to everyone on the map. And while I do hope we do continue to see more buffs and nerfs for the legends, what I really want to see is more buffs and nerfs for the weaponry, as I think that always makes the game way more interesting. The wingman and the care package is probably the most defining meta change this season, and it's not related to a legend whatsoever, and it's been an entire year since we've got a weapon added in, as there was a 5-season break from the car to the Nemesis, and since Nemesis we have not seen or heard of anything. But we do know that they are planning some stuff, because Post Malone and It's Timmy did go over the fact that Pathfinder in the 301 should be getting some changes, but I don't know if we can actually take their word for it. Yeah, Austin. Yes, sir. You're the only one that can save us. Tell them to buff the 301 and Pathfinder again. Okay, hey! They're right upstairs. Hey, will you guys buff the 301 and Pathfinder again? Oh, yeah. It's Jover. And they have to do it. Yeah, they have to. Like, that's what I heard. Yeah. Okay. He says